This is the Soccer OG. We tackle the tough topics here, but sometimes we tackle the silly ones as well. So I got this idea. I was Zooming with some colleagues, Zoom, and someone brought up the fact, man, you remember these footballers that we loved? We don't really have them anymore, but they were out of shape, technically gifted, had impossible to dispossess, but carried around a few extra lbs, were prone to missing practices. Some tended to pour back a couple cold ones or the like from time to time, and some were just bad boys as well. And we love them. They don't make them like that anymore. So I decided to put together a list. I don't have any goalkeepers on this list, but if I did, it would be Jose Luis Chilavert, the Paraguayan madman. It was fantastic for them, not only in goal, but he scored 8 goals from free kicks for country. So he never a dull moment. But the minute, you can see he carried a few extra lbs, but the minute he retired, he said, this footballing life is over, and he gained a lot of weight. He was heavy. Kind of like we saw Wesley Sneijder. Remember, he finished playing, and he's like, that's it. Most footballers finish playing, and they maintain their shape, and they look great when they're the 40s and 50s, but some are like, I don't care. I love it. But no goalkeepers. So let's go through my list. I'm going to begin with Carlos Valderrama. And certainly when I had a good look at him in his Major League Soccer days, you could see it. He gave you those technical skills. You give him the ball in his foot, he would wow you. He'd put the ball over, but he ain't running. So there were players put strategically around him that would do the running for him. Later on, Andrea Pirlo had that kind of situation as well. You want that talent, you'll keep him out there, but you have to concede a little bit, and someone's going to come in there and run 15 kilometers to fill that gap. So Carlos Valderrama was one of them. I loved him. I miss him. No muscle tone, no athletic ability, but man, could he hit that ball. Paul Gascoigne was another one who made this list. Gaza was a bad boy, and late in life has had his health issues, and I'm glad to see he's maintained, because you always hold your breath to see what's going to happen. The athletic ability, the muscle tone was not there, but man, he got that ball in his foot, and he was impossible to dispossess. I was watching old footage of him on YouTube. Just a remarkable talent. Just great anticipation, knowing where to go. Used his body and the footwork absolutely off the charts. Riled up the fans. Remember, as a member of Rangers, he scored the goal and he did the flute, and the Celtic fans went bonkers. Well, there you go. A guy you would like to have a beer with. There's no doubt about it. Gaz is at the top of that list. Thomas Brolin always dealt with weight issues. When he did it, 1994 World Cup for Sweden, he was lights out. Sweden finished third, made the semifinals. And Thomas Brolin, before and after those games, like, He had the talent, he had the hair, and he's like, well, I got the talent, man. I got the talent here, and I know what I'm doing, but I may skip a few trainings here and there, but these guys could help fill the gaps around me. So certainly there. You know, by the way, I wanted to include Clint Mathis, because I want to put an American here, but he wasn't in terrible shape. Wasn't in great shape, but he did have those skills that wowed you. And he quickly became many people's favorite players. You know, even though he wasn't the best, he wasn't Donovan or Dempsey, you go, I'm a Mathis guy. I kind of was a Mathis guy for a bit. It flamed out a little quickly. Maybe didn't have the best practices all in all. Eventually it catches up with you. We needed a contemporary on this list. Someone who kind of fills that role in today's game. And the name I came up with, Mario Götze. Mario Götze is going to be 40 or 50 years old, and he's still going to look like he's 17. He's got that baby face. Someone mentioned he's like Chipmunk. I think there's a nickname out there. He's got the Chipmunk. Scored the game winner in the 2014 World Cup final. You can tell maybe fitness isn't high on his list. And maybe that's a reason he's had issues really cementing himself for a top club, and that his name is still bandied about going to other places. But you love him. He has the skills. He has that. Wow, this guy's got it. But man, maybe cut a couple corners. This is a crazy list. This is an absolutely crazy list. Adebayo Akinfenwa, 225 pounds. Not in bad shape whatsoever. More like a bodybuilder. Maybe fitness he's going to have his issues with. But when it comes to lifting weights, clearly he does it. Etched out of a rock. In the FIFA video game, he has the highest strength of any player. They have strength as one of the attributes. He has the highest, and you can see why. I follow him on Instagram. He's a great follow. Interesting personality. I think he's going to do great after the game, but he's just enormous. He doesn't look like your typical football player. So he makes the list. My number one, and the guy that made me think about this discussion, because this is the guy we were talking about, it's Cuauhtemoc Blanco. The stories of this guy. Everything I said at the beginning, he crosses everything off the list. Didn't like to train, cut some corners, liked to get his drink on, was a bad boy, had his run-ins with the press, punched David Feitelson. It goes on and on. But man, when he played, breathtaking. Had the Cuauhtemoc, the little bunny hop. He would try some crazy things. His post-football career is bananas, going into politics, hunger strikes. Never a dull minute. Got a great chance to see him. Great personality. I miss guys like Cuauhtemoc, and I wish we had more of them around it. I hope you like that list. Give me some ideas, and we'll discuss them here. Please subscribe to the Soccer OG. More shows coming out on a regular basis. Numbers are up. I love you very much. See you soon.